Has you noticed that my videos have been deleted? Now, the reason I deleted these videos, or my videos, was because stage 2 is finally here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sick and tired of talking in circles. I'm sick and tired of associating with people who talk in circles. I'm here to give you solutions. So today's video is going to be called Full Spectrum Dominance. What does this mean? Well, full spectrum dominance is a military, which describes when a military force has total control of a battle space, whether it be land, air, sea, subterranean, psychological, biological, cyber control, everything. So land, air, sea, subterranean, maritime, which is the sea, again, biological, psychological. And let me tell you this, our enemies pretty much have full spectrum dominance over us. So the question is, which no one likes to answer, is how can we get out of this? And people say, well, all we have to do is tell the truth, Angelo. That's all we have to do. And I am guilty of that. I've been doing it for 3 to 4 years now, telling people to tell people the truth. But that's not a solution for many reasons. Number one, most people can't handle the truth, right? Can you agree with that? Most people can't handle the truth. Therefore, you have to conclude that most people don't deserve the truth. What do I mean they don't deserve it? I mean that since they can't handle it, because it's so precious, it's so difficult to deal with, they don't deserve it. Just like you don't deserve the CEO title for your company if you're not prepared for it. Just like you can't be a neurosurgeon unless you go to school and earn that. So someone can't just get given the truth without being prepared for it, without studying it, without researching it. And frankly, we don't have time to tell people to go on 7 to 8 year journeys to learn the truth. Some people, they can learn it real quickly. Others, they'll learn it, but they'll disagree with it. They'll deny it. They don't want to even see it. I've told people, watch this documentary. Oh, I don't even want to know how bad it is. Oh, I don't even want to know. They want to go right back to their life. They can't deal with it. So we have to be practical and understand we don't have time to teach the masses the truth, and they don't even care the truth, nor can they handle the truth. That's the reality. Those of us who have are here right now. But we have to accept the fact that our people, the masses, simply don't have time for it, they don't care about it, or they're lazy, or they're afraid of it. So they essentially don't deserve the truth, because they don't want it. If they wanted it, they would go look for it, and they would find it. Because it's been there for thousands of years, it's there right now, it's been floating around forever and ever, and the truth in of itself does not do anything. The truth doesn't win battles. The truth doesn't do anything. It doesn't necessarily even set you free. What if someone learns a terrible truth and it haunts them? They can't handle it. It enslaves them. A lot of you guys have been going in circles for years. You've enslaved yourself, addicted to the truth, looking for more and more truth, and then you fall into the truth traps. You see, the enemy, because they have full spectrum dominance of the media, they've realized they can't control the internet. They don't have full spectrum dominance of the internet. So what they've done is they've flooded the internet with all sorts of ridiculous conspiracy theories and things that trap you. Because you're seeking the truth over and over. You're not even happy with the truth you know, and you keep going down the rabbit hole. Next thing you know, you're in a land that doesn't exist. It's totally delusional, and people have discredited you completely. The enemy has discredited you, so when you go back and try to tell people the truth you think is real, well, you've been discredited, and now you're a kook, and no one listens to you. So I'm going to explain how we can get out of this mess with this video, Full Spectrum Dominance, and it starts with you. Okay? It starts with you, and many people don't want to start with themselves. See, a lot of folks are waiting for some sort of savior to change the planet, but they don't realize that you are the answer to all your problems. You are the most powerful person in your life. You control how you think, you control how you move, you control everything. Your emotions, you can control them. And what's happening is you have let go of that responsibility and have allowed others, or enemies especially, to control your mind because you don't want to deal with the ability to think for yourself. You don't want to deal with the responsibility of dealing with the things that are going on around you because you are responsible whether you like it or not. Listen, it takes two to tango. You can blame the devil all day for being the devil, but you're dancing with the devil, you're dancing to his tune, you're responsible. So it's enough of the blame game. It's enough of that. It's time for answers and a solution. So full spectrum dominance, how can we get it? Well, you have control of your body, right? No one's telling you how to walk. No one's telling you how to get up in the morning. No one's forcing you what to eat, certain things. Nobody's telling you how to think, right? So now let's start with you. You are the beginning of this. You. Your mind, body, and spirit. You have to be intelligent, so you need intelligence. Educate yourself and all sorts of things. Your body has to be in good health. You need health. You need to work out. You need to go out to the gym, go into nature, do bicycling, do something. Get involved in sports. You have to move your body because you're not made to sit in a cubicle all day, because that's where your enemy wants you, in a cubicle. It's glued to Netflix, watching there, sitting on the internet, even talking about the truth all day is where the enemy is. Because how effective are you in battle if you're sitting on the internet, talking in circles, arguing people about different truths, doing this isn't going to save your people. I've never seen this win a war, ever. Never. This has never won a war in history, never will. Unless you have drones that you're bombing people with, maybe you could do something, but you don't have drones, do you? So stop doing this and start doing what we're going to do here in this video. Get your health, get in shape. Your spirit, your attitude and passion has to be in place. There's a lot of defeatists out there. In fact, the other day, I had some guy tell me, "You have no power, Angelo. You're going to fail." This jackass on Twitter. Of course, an avatar. It doesn't even show his face. I go, "You don't even show your face. Who are you to tell me I'm going to fail?" Right? He starts going to insults. So these people don't know what they're doing. They're afraid. The reason why they're behind an avatar is because their message is wrong. If their message was right, the masses would be behind them. They wouldn't have to be hiding behind an avatar. I had another guy with a robot avatar tell me on Facebook that I'm a hypocrite. And he starts talking about all this stuff that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Of course, another avatar. People from the shadows sitting there like this. They have not any solutions to give to anybody. All they do is complain, right? So get your mind, body, and spirit in check. You have to be intelligent, you have to be healthy, and your attitude and passion have to be in place. You need passion. Passion moves people. Emotion, right? You know what that is? Energy in motion. Energy in motion. That's what emotion is. Emotion is very powerful, but it's also very, very destructive if you don't know how to use it or control your emotions. And you can see a lot of people in this cause are lunatics. They've lost control of their emotion. They're addicted to the truth so much. They just keep going in circles. And if you change your strategy and tell them, "Listen, we need a winning strategy," they actually get mad at you, start getting upset and calling you all these little names because they're addicted. This is their safe space. You want to talk about enemy safe spaces? This is some people's safe space right here. Videos and documentaries, and they cry about it. Oh my God, that's their safe space. They don't want to go out in the streets. They don't want to get behind their avatar. They don't want to get out of them. They want to sit behind the avatar in safe spaces, right? Because they have the wrong message. If they had the right message, you wouldn't need to do that. So you got all this in place. You get intelligent, you get your health together, your attitude and passion has to be correct. You cannot be a defeatist. There's a lot of defeatists in this freaking movement. Defeatists, a lot of them. No defeatism whatsoever. I've heard people say, "Oh, well, we have to, we're in a bad situation." We know what situation we're in. We're powerless. No, we're not powerless. That's what the enemy has convinced you that you are, powerless. You're not powerless. All the power is within you, my friends. So no more defeatists, okay? None of them. So here's how this works. You start with yourself. You become intelligent, healthy, and you have a passionate, and you have passion, and you have a great attitude. This will affect your family. See, this is the second ring, is your family. Now, once this affects your family, you start doing politics or something in a local community. It affects your town. It affects your county. It affects your state and your nation. But it has to begin with you. You are the most powerful person in your life. You have to understand this. Stop blaming boogeymen that they control you and everything like that. They don't. The reason why you're here is because you chose to be here. I didn't make you come here. You chose to be here. You have all the power you need to change. So you must change into a better person. And that means getting smarter, healthier, and changing your mindset. Don't be a defeatist. And don't get sucked into this cyclic negative emotion that people have, defeatism. Okay? Stop being afraid. Afraid of what? Someone's going to call you a name? Okay. And? You're going to lose your job? How are you going to lose your job? If you say something stupid, yeah, probably. If you have the wrong strategy, yeah, you probably will lose your job. So let's talk about how we can change that. So let's talk about understanding the message that we need, or the messages, should I say, that we need to tell people at different levels to wake them up and get them moving, okay? So first and foremost, our message has to be simple. A lot of you guys want to get into complex conspiracy theories that the masses simply can't understand. They can't digest it. It's too much information. They don't have time for you. Now, the people who look for the truth have time. They'll take 3 hours out of their life to watch a documentary because they like the truth. But most people don't have time. So the message has to be simple, right to the point. Close the border. Here's why. Boom. End of story. Not, oh my God, close the border because there's this enemy tribe that's been haunting us for 2,000 years and they've been behind everything. They don't care about the enemy tribe. They want to close the borders. Let's tell them to close the borders. So the message has to be simple. It has to be positive. Again, no more defeatist mindsets. No more defeat. Oh my God, we're going to die. The apocalypse is coming. Positive. People want to hear positive things. Why do you think the enemy is so effective? They give you positive entertainment. Does any movie end in a bad story, a sad ending? Most movies, they have an underdog, he fights through all these problems, and it's a happy ending. That's why people love movies. But we're sitting here talking about an apocalypse is coming, a race war is, oh my God, you're going to be destroyed, there's no way out, they control every inch of the earth. Who wants to listen to that? Even if you were right, who wants to listen to that? What kind of general tells his troops, all right, folks, you know, there's an army out there, they're very strong, and we're probably all going to die. They're not going to fight. They're not going to fight, okay? Unless they're very exceptional men like the Spartans who want death. They think it's the most glorious way to go out. Do you think the masses want death? No, okay? So we got to remember who the masses are. The masses are feminine. So the message has to be positive. Want to build our community strong again. Make America great again. That's positive. Right? Look how Donald Trump's doing it. Make America great again. Make our community strong again. Make our men strong again. Make our women strong, etc., etc., etc. Positive messages. Okay, no one hears, oh, we're suffering. Oh, our communities are falling apart. Yeah, we know, but we want to fix everything. Positive message, my friends. Hearts and minds. That's how you win people's hearts and minds, are with positive messages. I mean, people don't want to listen to defeatism. People want to listen to doomsday apocalypse stories or conspiracy theories that go so deep that they can't handle it. They want a positive, simple message to win the hearts and minds. That's what we got to do, my friends. How many of you have been sitting here for years watching documentaries, telling people the truth all day, and they go, oh my God, and then they go right back to work and nothing changes? Or then they start bitching about the truth with you, and then all you do, you spend 5 hours talking to the same person you woke up 2 years ago, and nothing's changed with them, other than, oh my God, yeah, if we won the war, oh yeah, you know, these damn bastards are taking over, oh yeah. It's defeatism. Trust me, our enemies want you on forums talking in circles without strategizing. Believe me, that's what they want you to be. And the truth has to be at all levels now, okay? Let me explain this and I'll get to it soon. Now, the delivery of the truth. Social media, very important. Use your Facebook, Twitter, etc. Use it, YouTube, etc. Now, you might have noticed I deleted my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of going in circles, and some of them are really good videos, but this video is going to get right to the point of strategy, and that's what we have to do right now. That's what I have to do right now. Talk about strategy. That's it. Nothing else. I don't want to talk about history. I don't want to talk about conspiracy theories. It doesn't even matter anymore. What matters is we start solving our problems. We need solutions. Okay? Now, social media. We got to get in the streets, protests, pressure groups, etc. All right? Radio. I'm building a new network with Rich called Resurgence Media Network. We're going to offer solutions. We're going to talk about building each other up as men. It's going to be a men's club thing, but women can join too. And we're going to have positive messages. We're not going to sit there and talk about the boogeymen and all the evil stuff that's going on. We're going to talk about how can we solve our problems. So we need positive radio networks. We need books. There's plenty of books out there. You guys have read them. I've read them. They're good things, right? Books and documentaries. So, folks, these things all exist. We have different social media people out there in different groups. We have people on the streets, different organizations. We have radio networks of all sorts, and we got books of all sorts, and we have documentaries of all sorts. Okay? Now, here are the levels of the message. Okay? So you would say this is like, you know, the most simplest form. Okay? It's not going too deep into conspiracy theories or anything like that. And this keeps escalating to the final truth, which most people can't deal with. But if you teach them this level, they'll eventually look for this level, then this level, then this level, and then they'll get to the final truth. So this kind of stuff, social media, streets, radio, all this kind of delivery can be at different levels. So we need the ultimate truth out there. We do. You do need it. Okay, I'm not bashing people who talk about it. But these people who deliver the ultimate truth will never be here gaining the masses. This is where the masses are. The masses are here. Level 1. The masses are not at level 5. They never will be. In fact, only a few people on this planet will ever accept level 5. They just can't handle it. You know, you might get a lot of people to level 2 or level 3, level 4, but level 5 is like the ultimate possible truth where many of you won't even accept. And believe me, you won't even accept the ultimate truth because you guys are still chasing boogeymen. You don't realize the ultimate truth is, number 5, you're part of the problem. It's actually you who can fix everything. But again, you know, these different levels, you know, I can make a whole video into them, which I'm not going to get into because it doesn't really matter. The point is, I'm trying to show you that we have to have our message spread at all different levels because all the audiences we're dealing with are different. Not everybody's at the same level, okay? Level 1 would be somebody who knows there's corruption in the government, but they don't know who it is. Level 2 would be someone like, well, you know, I'm a libertarian because I hate the Republican Party. And, you know, see how you're starting to work? Number 3 would be, you know what, this whole system's screwed over. We need to, you know, have a revolution. Number 4 would be somebody like, okay, well, you know what, the people behind these conspiracy theories are the elites. And number 5 would be, well, we know who the elites are, okay? But people are missing something in number 5. They're not saying, well, I'm part of the problem too. The elites have done this to us. Who are the elites, right? But they're not saying that, well, there are elites, but we're dancing with them. You see this? All right, so let's talk about our forces, what kind of people we have in this cause, okay? First of all, we have type A, which are the activists. These people could be in real life or on the cyber world, whether they're on Twitter, whatever the case. They do some sort of activism, whether they make documentaries, this and that, right? But they do it in a way where they're spreading documentaries, they're spreading memes, they're spreading on the internet. That's activism. Then you have people on the streets, you know, protesting, pressure groups who go out there and confront the enemy at colleges, etc., like the NYF did. Then you have type B, the brains, the intellectuals, the people who put the propaganda together, the people who put the message together, the people who write books, create the documentaries, have the websites, publish articles, etc., 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 right? Then you have type C, the contributors, whether they contribute money, whether they contribute time or intelligence. So there's people I know who say, Angelo, check out this article. And they would send it to me. That's intelligence gathering. Or they send donations. Now, these people need to work together. They cannot work without each other. It's impossible. Okay? You can't have an activist group that's not funded by contributors. And you can't have it without any brains behind it. So all 3 of these people are important. If you're one of these types, if you've donated money, you've done something good for your folk, for your community. You donated money, you gave some kind of intel, you've helped organizations behind the scenes, you've contributed time, effort, energy, whatever, you volunteered, even not being part of a group, you are type C, you've done well. If you're type B, your brains, you're intellectuals, you write books, you get the stuff going, this kind of stuff here, the brains, help the activists know what to do. If these activists didn't know the truth of some sort or some kind of message to spread, they would be spreading what? Okay, so the brains are necessary for the activists. There's contributors who actually fund think tanks. I'll get into that later. But again, the activists are important too because they deliver the message. So all 3 of these people work together. They're inseparable. They would not be able to exist without each other. Okay, but mostly, for organizations at least, we need contributors, we need brains and activists. And again, these people could be anybody. You could be anonymous activists if you want. You could be anonymous all 3 if you want to, but we need real life activists. We need people with real faces because if you're pushing the right message, you won't get fired. You won't lose your job. I think some of you guys are starting to realize maybe this hardcore white nationalist crazy message is wrong, and it is wrong because you're declaring war on everyone else. I want my country back. Okay? I want it all, and everyone else has to go back to Africa or Mexico. Or this is not Europe, my friends. This country, the United States of America, is a giant concentration camp, work, labor camp for everyone who came here, including myself. All of us here. The elites don't give a damn about us. Look, the elites are up here. I don't care if they're Jews, black people, Muslims. It doesn't matter who they are. They're elites. We're not part of the club. Now, the traitors, they think they're part of the elite club. No, they're being used. They're useful idiots. Yeah, they might get some breadcrumbs here, but the elites don't care about the traitors. Here's us right here. We're above the masses. We know the truth somewhat. Okay? And these people don't care about anybody. The traitors don't care about us. They don't care about the masses. The elites don't care about any one of us. So how can we overthrow the elites? Well, we need to talk to the masses in a message they could understand, not spook them away, not talk about crazy things they don't understand. So we have their backing, and then we can topple these groups. But the first group we have to topple are the traitors. Okay? Once you're traitors, guess what? It's us versus elites. Oh, these people are minority. They're a minority. So it's us, the masses, us versus elites. Goodbye, game over, we take over. That's how it works. It's a motion, starting here with you. You're in spirit to become positive. No more defeatism. No more running in circles. You understand this? This is what I'm trying to teach you here. That's why I deleted all my videos. Because I'm running in circles talking about things that, where's my solutions? So I'll be the first one to lead by example and change my strategy in front of all of you. So if you're type A, B, or C, if you're one of these types, A, B, or C, good for you. You're doing something good for everybody. Okay? If you're type D, let's say the defeatist, you're just as bad as the elite. You're the enemy. Because your defeatism is going to poison the minds of A, B, and C. You might as well just jump off a bridge because you're useless. You're going to sit there, oh, you're doing it wrong. Oh, I would do. No one knows who you are. No one's seen your face, and nobody cares. So a defeatist is just as bad as the enemy. In fact, they're pretty much traitors. You belong right here with the traitors. That's what defeatists are. If you're a defeatist, get the hell off my channel and get the hell away from those people who are actually doing something to change the way this world is. So let's talk about organizations. Okay, how to organize our forces, how to get people moving. Organize. We need to organize into think tanks, heritage clubs, organizations, protecting their identity, right? Forums and networks, for example, online forums where you could discuss topics and educate each other. Social media groups, this would be like Facebook groups and Twitter groups, whatever the case is, okay? Internet activism is good. You can get people together in some kind of organization where you could trade information. You understand? This is very important because we have to understand that this part of this war is also a mental, psychological war. Keep each other motivated, right? So in the full spectrum dominance, the enemy also controls the psychological welfare of the enemy. They can manipulate them with propaganda, this and that, make them defeatists, make them demoralized. We have to have these forums to keep each other motivated, okay? Keep each other positive. Social media groups, we could do activism together. If you have a group where all of you guys post an article, hey, right here, let's attack this comment section. That's a good strategy too for cyber activism. Websites and blogs, this is you are posting information out there. This is good stuff as well. Especially if you have a big website with a lot of traffic. We're educating. Politics, this is very important because this is infiltration. Okay? A lot of people think, oh, we got to go to a party. It's part of dictatorship. Nope. You're going to have to go into politics as a Republican, as a Trump Republican, right? Something like that, and just push a conservative platform. That's all you can do. That's all you can really do. There's no making a third party running around changing that. It's not going to happen in this country. Be realistic here, okay? You're not a Democrat. You're not even a Republican, but you're conservative. You're a traditionalist. You're somebody who wants to not let our country be destroyed, and you could be a Trump Republican, if you want to call it that. Get into politics, which is basically infiltration, but it's really not, because you're not trying to really infiltrate. You're just saying, look, I'm getting into the system to make it what it's supposed to be. But you can call it infiltration. You want to think of it like that in your little fantasy world if you want to, because, you know, it is in a way getting underneath the enemy's radar and getting in there and making those differences that we need. And pressure groups, this is something like the National Youth Front was, where you protest groups out there and you destroy the enemy by exposing their hypocrisy. This makes a big difference. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you have the right message. You could say Black Lives Matter is a pressure group, but they're essentially a terrorist group, really, by the definition of what they've accomplished, which is really destroying property and intimidating people. But a real pressure group would be somebody out there that would, you know, for example, like we did with the National Youth Front, we go to Boston University, put pressure to fire Seda Grundy, or put pressure to fire Kevin Allred because they're anti-white. And of course they didn't do anything, which proves our point that they were anti-white. So either way, we won. Now, what kind of actions can we take? Well, first of all, if you're parents, you should be really, really concerned about what they're teaching your kids at school. They might have an LGBT class that's disgusting, teaching your 8th grade child about all kind of perversions. Well, you should be going to school meetings and saying, I don't want that crap. They might be shoving the Holocaust down your children's throat. Like, listen, I don't want my kid to see dead corpses being bulldozed into a pit at that age. It's disgusting. Why don't you make that an elective or something, right? What does it have to do with American history? Things of that nature. You should go to school meetings because you should say, listen, I don't want my kid eating that garbage at the lunch table. As a parent, you should be very concerned what your children are being taught, because the enemy is targeting our youth more than anything. They don't care about me and you. They're concerned with the next generation. They want them indoctrinated to the point where it's easier to control them. So we need to protect our children. So you should be at school meetings, especially if you're a parent. Get in there. Town meetings. What's going on in your town? What's going on in your town? Are they trying to put a Section 8 housing development right there, which would increase crime because minorities will come in? What are they doing in your town? You better find out. Get involved in these town meetings. Don't sit at home and cry on the internet, oh, the Jews are taking over. What's that going to do? Go into your town meetings, local politics. This is something, there's no reason that there's 5,600 people on my YouTube, right? There is no reason that you guys can't run for local politics. Some sort of office, councilman, mayor. No one's stopping you. Nobody. And you're going to say, well, I don't know anything. Neither do I. I don't know local politics, so you got to learn it. But there's no Semite trying to stop you from running the politics. Now, if you run to the politics trying to bring back the Third Reich, of course you're not going to win. So again, run as a Republican in your local political system and bring about changes that are necessary to secure your future of your children. So there's no excuse that every single one of us doesn't run for local politics. We all live in a town, right? We might as well do something to make sure that our town is safe. Believe me, you can make a difference. Get into state politics. What's stopping you? Seriously, is there a Jew behind the corner telling you not to do it? Who's stopping you? No one's stopping you. No one's stopping any of us. But our enemies have convinced us that the system's rigged. It's broken. Well, then how do those people get involved? And how do they win their elections? Why do they have to rig the system if it's broken? Because clearly it's not. They can only rig it when it's a close call, when it's a close vote, or whatever the case is. They manipulate different areas and different locations. Here's 1,000 here, 1,000, and then they build it up. But if there's so many people overwhelmingly voting for someone, they're going to win. If I ran in my district for a Congress and I got all the votes, I'd win. There's no conspiracy theory. There's none. So people, you have to participate. I don't care what. Again, a defeatist will tell you it's rigged. That's what Alex Jones tells you. It's rigged. There's no chance to win. And then you believe it, and then you don't go and vote. And then some jackass gets into power because the people on the Democrat side or whatever else, they voted for the person that they wanted to get into power, and they win because you didn't vote against them. So don't tell me it's rigged, because then if it's rigged, how did Dr. Duke get into politics? How did Dr. Duke win in Louisiana if it's rigged? See? So it's not rigged, ladies and gentlemen. They want you to believe it's fully rigged. Yeah, there's some scandals. Sure, there is. But it's not everything. Again, everything. Get that out of your head. They want you to feel like there's control of everything, so you can't even think about getting into politics because it's over. Well, no, it's not over. We can win. And then national politics. Again, there's no reason that we can't run on a national level. We can. Who's stopping you? Again, who's stopping you other than yourself saying it's rigged, or I can't do it, or I'll never win with that message? Yeah, you won't win with that message you're thinking in your head. You will not win with this Third Reich nonsense. You're not going to win with this white nationalism. You're not going to win like that. You live in America. You have to use a message that applies to this country. Europe, they have another story to deal with. They have another situation. If you want to be a National Socialist, go to Europe, because that's probably what they're going to end up doing one day, or some kind of nationalism. In this country, it's a different story. You have to be practical and understand America is a giant labor camp where all these people are here. And I don't care if we were fully white in 19 whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. Stop living in the past. You have to adapt and overcome today's issues right now, our situation. Adapt and overcome. A lot of you guys don't want to do this. You know why? Because it means you're responsible at some level. You don't want to do it. You want someone else to do it. You want me to do it for you. You want me. And I put my face out there, my name out there. I've got harassed. I've got glitter bombs sent to my P.O. box from these Antifa people. I got my address out there. At any moment, some communist scumbag come shoot me and my family. I've done my part. But you want me to do it? You want me to ruin my life for you because you don't want to step up to the plate? I'm not doing it. Now let me tell you this. My life is going to be dedicated to destroying our enemies. Absolutely. But I can't do it alone. I can't. And I'm not going to sit here talking in circles about how we're overpowered and we're screwed. We can achieve full spectrum dominance. I just told you how to do it. Who else has told you this? How many other people have said this publicly to get into politics, to infiltrate? Who said this? No, they said, oh, we can't do it. The Jews control everything. The elites, the Illuminati, the Bilderbergs, all these different conspiracy theories. When you control your body, you control your mouth, you control what you put in your body, you control what you eat. But what do? You sit there and do this instead. How many wars have been won like this? Zero. We're at war. I got a lot of people saying, Angelo, we're at war. We're at war. Well, number one, why are people attacking me? We're at war. Why are people attacking each other over disagreements? You've seen the drama that's going on in this movement, infighting over religion. It's like, you got one group here, they're on the same side, but they start shooting each other. Huh? Infighting. What does that do? Over religion. Over different opinions of medical technology, or whatever the hell it is. Over ideologies. What kind of war is this when you're shooting yourself in the foot? You're shooting your own people. Right? These people are defeatists, these psychopath, delusional morons. They're selfish. All they care about is their subculture or their way of thinking, that they're willing to kill everyone in their way, having no unit at all left. That's why you got to get rid of these delusional morons with their conspiracy theories. So we're at war. People say all the time, none of you have been to war. How many have been to war? Raise your hand. I have. Have you been to war? Have you seen people explode? Have you almost been killed? You want to talk about war doing this? You want to talk to me about war? You don't know anything about war. Shut your mouth. Now, if you're at war, what do? You don't tell your enemy everything. You don't shoot your own troops in the back because you're upset because they disagree with you about something. You don't tell your troops that they're going to lose or they're overwhelmed. You don't demotivate them. You don't demoralize them. You don't degrade them. But a lot of you don't accept this because you're addicted to this circle jerk of the truth, which you don't even know the truth, because the final truth is that you allowed all of this to happen. And maybe not you, but your grandparents or their grandparents. But our weakness as a people, our weakness as individuals have allowed this to happen. You want to point your fingers at the traitors? Who let them in there? Why are these traitors running for the hills in fear of their lives? Because what are you doing to stop them? Nothing. You're doing this. This is what you're doing. Oh, the traitors, oh my God. Or, oh, the Jews. You really think the Jews are that powerful? Seriously, you really think some Semites, 20 million of them on earth, can hold this all down? That's what you believe? Or have they outsmarted us to convince us that we're weak? That we need their Netflix and their poisons that they give us? You are complicit in your own destruction. And doing this isn't going to stop it. Doing this isn't going to stop it. But taking action will stop it. Getting involved in politics will put an end to their tyranny. And believe me, our traitors are going to pay. They will. But you got to get into politics at some level. You got to do something. Join a think tank, heritage, get involved on some level. But understand the ultimate goal is political. No one's ever won anything by talking their way to revolutions. No one's ever typed their way to freedom. No one. There's always a fight to get involved in. And in this country, we still have a chance. We do. Other countries, they can't even speak. Europe, you can't even talk. They need a revolution. It's probably not going to be friendly over there. But I'm not speaking for Europe. I'm speaking for America. The solution here is a lot different than Europe. It is. We still have freedom of speech to an extent. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into politics because we still have freedom of speech. We got to destroy the PC narrative totally. Look at Donald Trump. He's showing us how it's done. Some of you disagree with him because he won't touch Israel. Please. The fact of the matter is this, ladies and gentlemen. No one's stopping you from taking action except you. You are your own worst enemy. Once you realize this, you'll let go of chasing the boogeymen and blaming people, and you'll feel empowered again. You know how better I feel now after I deleted all my videos? Yeah, I feel great. I feel absolutely amazing that I deleted my videos because it reminded me of a time when I was chasing these people around in circles. No longer, my friends. For those of you who are serious, it's time to step up to the plate. It's time to take action, and it's time to make yourself great again. And when you do that, you'll make your people great again. Thanks for watching.